Put your hands down. Now, in lesson 2.2, what we're going to talk about is estimating with decimals. Rounding the numbers and then estimating. Okay? There's a pen there. I'm going to start writing. So, rounding and estimating. When you are estimating, what you should always do first is round the numbers and then find an estimate. An estimate is a close answer that you can find using the numbers, but using simpler numbers and numbers that you could add quickly and get a close answer. So for addition or subtraction with decimals, you should round to the nearest 10 or the nearest whole number. In this case, think about like front-end estimation. So round this to the nearest 10. Or round it to, the nearest 10. So 38.3. Anytime you're rounding, like it says, you would look at the number behind the place that you're rounding to. So if it was the rounding to the nearest whole number, you'd look at the place behind that. In this case, we look at the 8, and since it's a 5 or higher, you round up to the next number. So 38 3/10 would round to 40. 41 7/10 would also round to 40. 37 6/10 would also round to 40. Each of these, the 40 is the closest 10. So then estimate. Add 40 plus 40 plus 40. Darren?
120.
120. Yep.
120? Yeah, 120.
Oh, yeah. 40 plus 40 plus 40.
Okay. Now, when you're multiplying, let's say that we are multiplying and estimating one like this, $18.55 times 37.5. Okay? So when we're estimating with multiplication, what you should do is round this so that you can get work with easy numbers to multiply. Work with easy numbers to multiply. So, if we were to round this to the nearest whole number, we would get 19. 19 is not an easy number to multiply. But 20 is an easy number, so round this to 20. 37.5, we could round it to 38, but that's not an easy number to multiply. So round it up to 40. And then multiply. Adam, do you remember how to multiply with zeros?
Yeah.
So how would we multiply these, and then what would we do with the zeros?
So you would multiply 4 times 2, 8,
Yep.
and you would add the 2 zeros.
Yeah, and put both zeros in the answer. When you're multiplying, you put all the zeros into the answer. So what would our answer be? 800. Just $800. Okay?
That's a lot of money.
$800. Then you will also be doing some division with estimation. So let's say that we had to divide 154.2 divided by 5.3. What are compatible numbers, Thomas?
Compatible numbers?
Yeah. Are you listening? Please pay attention up here. Compatible numbers. We talked about compatible numbers earlier when we were talking about estimation.
I'll give you
Do they have a remainder when you divide them?
No.
No. So they're numbers that are divisible without a remainder. And when you're estimating decimals,
Good job, Tom.
you may stop talking. Okay? Don't interrupt. You may need to round these and find numbers that may not follow the exact rounding rules, but you can divide them without a remainder. That's what it means by using compatible numbers. When you're finding compatible numbers, you don't always follow the same rounding rules. Why not, Ben?
Was you're using decimals?
No, because you might get a what? Lainey? A remainder. You might get a remainder. Okay? Look up here. You might get a remainder if you follow the same rounding rules. So, instead, use compatible numbers. What numbers would be compatible here? Sam?
100 and on that side. And then
Just 5 on this side. Right? 5.3. Then, how do we divide big numbers? Keep on? No, because 15 and 5 are compatible. See, 15 is divisible by 5, isn't it? What's 15 divided by 5? Keep on. 3, right. So, if they are divisible without a remainder, then that's the numbers we use. They're closest to the numbers that were given. Then, what do you do with the 0? Add it? What do you mean add it? Yeah, it means put it in the answer. So 150 divided by 5 is 30. Yep. What if we have zeros in both numbers? Both the quotient and the divisor. Or sorry, not the quotient. So what if the first number is the dividend and the divisor? What if you have zeros in both numbers, Leo?
they cancel each other.
Right, you cancel them out. They cancel each other out. And then any remaining zeros go into the answer. Okay? So here's what I want you to do to practice estimation. I want you to go to page 45. And I want you to do 16 to 34. No, sorry, 16 to 40 students. 16 to 40 students.
He's done already. I did this already.
Yeah. And you have to